Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. So, I'm going to be doing my week 2 predictions for the NFL season. So, Giants at Washington, that game was already on Thursday. I'm just going to refresh the page, that way it knows. See, ta-da. And if you guys remember, I am doing a wager versus ThatDudeBrett. The wager is an NFL jersey. Last year I won, so we are running it back this year. And we both picked Washington, and we were both a offsides penalty from being wrong. So, I mean, right is right. The final outcome's the final outcome. The team that won's the team that won. So we're both 1-0 to start Thursday. So we are starting 1-0 each. And, we either text or we send a message in Discord our picks. Alright, so now into the games for today and tomorrow. Patriots at Jets. I'm going to take the Patriots here. Mac Jones is efficient, and I think Bill Belichick's going to do what he usually does versus young quarterbacks, and Zach Wilson's going to struggle a little bit. Broncos at Jags. I'm going to take the Broncos here. Trevor Lawrence, he has his first ever regular season loss. Throughout high school and college, he never lost a regular season game. It's the NFL. It's different now. Now he has his first ever regular season loss. So, I think Teddy B and the Broncos are going to walk away with the win. Bills at Dolphins. I'm going to take Buffalo here. So, last week I picked Buffalo and I said, if I'm wrong, I will happily be wrong. Because they were playing the Steelers. So, I picked Buffalo because I honestly thought Buffalo was going to win. I was going to cheer and root for my Steelers, don't get me wrong. But if it comes down to what I'm trying to do here, then I'm going to try to, be right. Oh, and I forgot to have this up. So, the record last week for each of us, we both went 8-8, and the record for the season. So, next is going to be the 49ers and the Eagles. This I actually think is going to be a better game than some people think, because of what the Eagles did last week versus the Falcons. And the 49ers were, they were beating the Lions good. But, the Lions made kind of a comeback, and the 49ers barely held on. So, I still think the 49ers win this game. Eagles, I think, are going to be better than some people thought, including myself, but the 49ers are going to take this game. So, if you're keeping track, Patriots, Broncos, Bills, Niners. So far, I've picked the 4 away teams to win their games. Rams at Colts, and we continue the away teams. I'm taking the Rams here. Carson Wentz is still coming back from his injury. Quentin Nelson still coming back from his injury. T.Y. Hilton's gone. There's people missing. And Matthew Stafford looks very, very good with the Rams. We'll see, obviously it was one game, so we'll see how he progresses throughout the season. But he looked good with the Rams. Raiders at Steelers. This is the first game where I am picking the home team. I'm going to pick my Steelers to beat the Raiders in this game. Now, I did see the game with the Raiders and the Ravens. Alejandro Villanueva, he can't block a toddler. He's a bad left tackle. He's going to get Lamar Jackson hurt. Gut feeling. The way with the things Ravens are going with the Ravens. And just how everything is, I got a feeling that Lamar's going to get hurt. I do. And it's going to be Alejandro Villanueva's fault. Watch the tape of him going up against Carl Nassib and Max Crosby. He looked bad. And, the Ravens fans, I saw them on Twitter, and they're like, okay, Steelers fans, maybe you were right. It's like, no, we weren't talking trash. We were warning you that this guy is a bad tackle, and he can't block anymore. He was good, and he's gotten older, and he's not good anymore. It's simple as that. But I do think the Steelers win this game. Bengals at Bears. I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game. As far as I'm aware, Andy Dalton's still playing, so I'm going to be taking the Bengals. When Justin Fields finally plays and starts, then I'll start picking the Bears. Texans at Browns. I'm going to be taking the Browns. So this is actually Tyrod Taylor's old team. And Tyrod Taylor, man, he's had a rough past few years. He was the quarterback in Buffalo, brought him to the playoffs for the first time this century, this millennium. And then they trade him away to Cleveland for a third-round pick. They draft Josh Allen that next draft. Then he gets hurt in Cleveland. Baker takes over. He goes to LA. He's the backup under Phillip Rivers. Then they draft Justin Herbert. He gets the start. He gets the punctured lung. Justin Herbert starts. Then, now he's down in Houston, and he was like the insurance policy for Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun can't play, now you have Tyrod. But I see Cleveland winning this game. They played well versus Kansas City, but when it came down to it, Baker, he can't make the plays. It's tough because you want your quarterback to be a Mahomes, to be a Herbert. Like obviously the goal is Mahomes. You want him. And I mean, Baker, he's not it. Baker's the quarterback. When everything's right, he succeeds. Give him a little adversity, there's a good chance he crumbles. And that's what happened. He couldn't do it. He threw the pick, and he threw the game away. But I think they're going to be able to control this with their run game because, I mean, he relies on that run game to give him success. Without that run game, I don't think he's successful as an NFL quarterback. So, the Browns win this game. Saints at Panthers. So, we got to see if what Jameis did and the Saints did last week versus the Packers can be replicated. Now, you got to remember, this is in division. I do believe Marshawn Lattimore has a broken hand, if I remember correctly. He was able to come back versus the Packers. I don't know if he's playing in this game. I do know he got a contract. Man. This is probably the first tough one. Because I've only picked 2 home teams to win so far. That doesn't exactly spell, amazing as I'm looking at it. So, this is probably the first, really, really tough one. I'm going to take the... Oh, man, this is tough. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to take the Saints. And I'm going to take the Saints because the Panthers played the Jets. That's my only reasoning. Vikings at Cardinals. I'm going to take the Cardinals here. And Kyler, he's amazing. He is. Chandler Jones, unfreaking believable. 5 sacks in a single game. 5. There are starters on some teams that will get 5 sacks in a year, in a season. Falcons at Bucks. Taking the Bucks. I am. The Falcons, they lost bad to the Eagles. I think they can rebound a little bit versus the Bucks, but I see them winning this game. Titans at Seahawks. I don't know what the hell happened with Taylor Lewan last week. He was the one facing off against Chandler Jones, and he's the one that allowed 5 sacks. So if he doesn't bounce back, the Titans are not going to win this game. I'm going to be taking the Seahawks. Not that Taylor Lewan's going to play as bad as he did, but I mean, that Titans defense, I mean, I know it's Kyler, but I'm trying to think of like who they have playmaker-wise. I know they have Byard, the safety. They have Evans, the linebacker. On the D-line, I'm trying to think of who they have. Like, they don't have a ton of notable players on defense. I mean, I'm not a Titans fan, so... But, you know, notable players on defense, I'm trying to think. I think most of their notable players are on offense. Julio. A.J. Brown. Tannehill. Derrick Henry. Most of their notable guys are on offense. At least as far as I'm aware. If I'm forgetting someone, please tell me. Do they still have Harold Landry? Yeah. But I see the Seahawks winning this game. Cowboys at Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers. Cowboys had a rough game against the Buccaneers. They kept it close. And I'm taking the Chargers. I don't care that they kept it close. They're missing D-Law. I think Randy Gregory's out. They're missing too many guys to... Lyle Collins is out as well, the right tackle. They're missing just too many guys to be able to, pressure Herbert and get the run game going. So Dak's going to have another crazy fantasy day where he's going to score 40 points, but it may mean nothing because, he's going to lose. Chiefs at Ravens. I'm taking the Chiefs. Like I said, Alejandro Villanueva, he's not a good tackle. He's not. And he's going to get thrown around by D Ford. D Ford, Chris Jones, D Ford plays for the, he plays for the Niners now. He did play for the Chiefs. He plays for the Niners. Frank Clark plays for the Chiefs now. So Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they'll bully around Villanueva. And they'll walk away with the win. Because here's the thing. If you can't stop Derek Carr, how the hell are you going to stop Patrick Mahomes? Marcus Peters, out for the season. Torn ACL. J.K. Dobbins, out. Torn ACL. Gus Edwards, out. Torn ACL. Justice Hill, out. Ruptured Achilles. All those guys are out for the season. Latavius Murray, he did okay versus the Raiders. He scored a touchdown. That I remember. Other than that, I don't remember much from the game. I was half watching it. But, I was able to see Alejandro Villanueva just get abused out there. And I think it's going to happen again. Because we tried warning you guys. He's not a good tackle. And even some of the Ravens fans on Twitter are like, okay, maybe you guys were right. It's like, yeah. And then finally, on Monday night, Lions at Packers. I think the Packers bounce back. Good teams, they usually bounce back after getting embarrassed. So, Packers beat the Lions. So, to recap, we're going to do this real quick. Ready? Already picked Washington. So, 1-0. We already got that. Then Patriots, Broncos, Bills, Niners, Rams. We are going all the way right down. Steelers, Bengals, Browns, Saints, Cardinals, Bucks, Seahawks, Chargers, Chiefs, and Packers. So that first half of that list, that was just like away. And then the second half, we hammered home teams. So we will see what happens. And hopefully, if all goes well, I'm 16-0 after the week. It's not going to happen, but hopefully, we can dream, right? So, that is it. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, and your channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on. See you guys next video. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years